Day 6, 23 June 2016, 0830, Twin Falls, Idaho. The turnaround of the aforementioned patient is indeed quick. She shows signs of improved motivation and general willingness to press on. The casual monitoring of her general well-being will be required moving forward. With trepidation, we resume our ascension of latitude. The beautiful mountainous roads empty into lush bottomlands, providing some of the best videos of the trip thus far. Not being adequately prepared for the recording of Idaho's splendor, the videos have a wind-garbled sound. The experience is not diminished in any way from this oversight. It is far better to experience it in person. To feel the wind, to taste the evergreen trees, and feel the oneness with the bike. Those elements cannot be captured with a camera or a mic. A personal experience with it is highly recommended. 5 out of 5 stars. The miles slip by with an ease not experienced thus far. Up and down hill slalom roads we make our passage. It makes the sun brighter in some way unexplainable, producing a delirium. A euphoric flow state of riding. Something pure. Two human animals in perfect sync, vibing with the mechanical precision of a well-engineered machine. The very trees come alive, whispering to you, hey, Bigfoot sees you and approves. The river's white crests challenge you to race it to the following valley, only to disappear at the bottom. At times, large chaotic layers of crumbling rock stretch up on either side of the road, enclosing you. Like in the cartoons of my youth, I envision the slightest sound or the popping of the exhaust as I downshift will cause an avalanche of sharp shards down on our fragile heads. Who knew that Idaho was such a good ride? The locals? Why are you hoarding this gracious gift of God? What other wonders do you keep in your borders safe from common knowledge? Sasquatch? Loch Ness Monster? Aliens? No, not aliens. Those are locked up at Area 51. Roswell has that theme locked down. While I'm asking, what does your state refuse to grow? We rode past miles and miles of circle formations, watered by self-propelled systems. It has to be food central. Idaho potatoes? Yes, but Idaho, a lot of other stuff as well. Acres of circular fields growing mystery crops. If you are a farmer who owns one of these roadside fields, a sign or two would be greatly appreciated. This wayward traveler and many others need to know where their food comes from to appreciate the effort required for the shelves to remain stocked. The path that we navigate is an interstate highway, a simple path but one of a full-course meal. Veggies handled. The next item on the menu is beef. The bike pulls us through a wall of smell that is a large feedlot. The god-awful stench hanging in the air is near unbearable. Fermented grains and grasses mixed with a hint of bile and baby diaper. Layer that thick, overwhelming scent. The sheer wall of odor ends abruptly, giving way to fresh, clean oxygen pumped from the leaves of yet another crop circle. My riding glasses are beginning to catch tiny droplets of moisture. The color of misting rain is clear, unless it is a dirty rain, yet the drizzle is bright green, not brown in color, and it is starting to erode my vision. It is a curiosity that a light mist from a cloudless sky would strike the windshield in miniature clusters like this. It is quickly revealed what is striking my glasses are tiny green bugs. The tiny wings give proof that the moisture is not from the atmosphere, but provided by a tiny, juicy insect. They detonate on my face, windshield, enclose in curtains. The swarms going from life to death in a colorful spray of green. Thousands of creatures' lives are ended with our passing. The multitude and concentration of the bugs make their rupture on my arms, windshield, glasses, and face feel like a sprinkle. Then the nose is hit with a different smell. Another feedlot, but this one is a smell that is distinct and well known to me. Hogs. My dad at one time thought we were going to earn a living as hog farmers. It was a short-lived dream, but the smell is one that I will not soon forget. To this day, I'm repulsed by that odor. If anything could make me a vegan, it would be that particular smell. If I am having breakfast and the ham or bacon has even a hint of that pungent stench, I can't continue to eat. It has too strong of a memory recall. Thinking about describing it makes my mouth water, but not in a good way. Once again, the air clears of the residual nauseating defecation fumes with more unlabeled fields. The last of the standard American trio of protein fare is produced in the air. Chicken houses cannot be viewed from the road, but definitely provide an unmistakable aroma that is hard to forget, but easy to identify. Wet feathers, wet earth, moldy grain, and a sort of sour chalk smell saturate the air, once again disappearing as fast as it came on. This olfactory assault gives way to more winding mountain roads with rivers and streams. We stop occasionally to take it in and hear the roar of the water fighting its way down the incline. Time restrains what they are. We sample splendor and press on. Onward to Oregon, one of the many in and out states, but memorable. The state where the gas is pumped for you. It is not an option either. You pull up and try to pump, only to be waiting for the attendant to come over and do it for you. I tell my wife to have them turn on the pump, prepay, or whatever they need. No sooner are the words out of my mouth than the attendant appears. I say, "No, I got it." I don't want him to underfill the tank. I'm not sure how familiar he is with motorcycles. If I were in a car, I would not have objected. He just hits the correct buttons for me to begin. Fully fueled, it's time to eat. Across the road is a Panda Express. I have not eaten there before, so I do not know what to expect. I like Chinese food if it is really good. I am not a fan of the all-you-can-eat style. It is just not my thing. It seems the all-you-can-eat shops produce a lot of less flavorful dishes. I am pleased to find that I have a new favorite dish. You usually can't go wrong with sesame chicken, but an orange chicken? I am game for something new. We are living an adventure, so let's do this. I am surprised by how good the orange chicken is. I will be coming back to this franchise in the future, wherever my roaming takes me. No time to shake babies and kiss hands. Back to our never-satisfied mistress, the road. Sadly, Oregon and Washington have to be short affairs. These states really look like they would be a lot of fun to explore, but time will not allow it. The land begins flattening out, from the rocky slopes to a grassy plain, then sharply rises in great dizzying valleys. We are in the ancestral lands of the Nez Perce. From this overlook, tiny roads are seen cut through the sides of the hill, innumerable switchback roads of the inhabitants, carving out their piece of this majestic land. I am drawn to each and every one, desiring to know them all. Turn by turn would reveal new and interesting wonders, but the mission dictates that we have to move. I managed to tear my eyes away and saddle up yet again. The waypoints I chose when routing this trip has put us in some very interesting side roads. We have visited many small towns that would not normally see visitors. The next one we encounter seems to be located on a high plateau. What strikes me about this area in particular are the crops. I have been witness to many crops along the interstate riding up to this place. So why here, you may ask? I would say it is the diversity of the crops. All waving green as a great sea stretching to the horizon. We are pleased to see the first of the signs that tell us what the crops are. A small placard reads, "Winter wheat." It is followed by multiple other grains and signs. They are all a rich green swaying gently in the wind. The only difference in the fields are the easily identifiable leaf and stem variant. Out of the endless sea of green, a field glows with a golden yellow, as if the heavens have opened up, pouring light on a solitary patch of ground. We approach the anomaly in due course to find it is flowers or pollen tops of a very different plant. It looks as if possible the yellow brick road was scooped out of Oz and dropped in one field. So beautiful and golden you half expect an old prospector to be sifting nuggets from the ground. A scene fit for the painting of an artist, but none could capture its awesome glow on canvas. Of course, there's no sign handy to identify it. A mental note is made to find out what this oasis of brilliant color in this stunning sea of green is. Our fuel is low and a small town presents itself. It is a cozy farming town, no room for anything else with the crops dominating the land the way they are. We pull into the first fuel station to find only low-octane fuel is available. I go into the multi-purpose store to inquire about the availability of premium fuel near here. If you need low-octane fuel, grain, fried food, this is your stop. Behind the counter is a large man wearing bibbed overalls. His attitude and rough voice let you know the isolation of this community lends itself to an attitude of speaking your mind. No niceties, just facts and anything else he has on his mind at the time. Who would be able to stop this guy? He stands a full head and shoulders taller than most. Do you know of a place that has high-octane fuel in town? I ask as I continue to move over to the fried foods. The delicious smell coming from the heating table reminds me that I have not eaten in a while. I basically forget that I asked the hulking figure a question as I debate if I want fried foods or the barbecue in the food truck outside. I like John Goodman, and I do not take it as an insult, but I do wonder if this guy has it as an insult in his mind. Without looking at him, I say, "Thank you," and step over to survey his face for the smirk or scowl that will let me know if he is spoiling for a fight. Finding nothing but factual indifference on his face, he looks at me and says, "You kinda look like him too." He got his thank you, so I wait for the answer he has yet to give me. Satisfied he has let me know what is pressing on his mind, he says, "The only station that could have 91 octane is down the road, a short distance. Just ride downtown and look to your right. You can't miss it." A short ride later, an old-style gas station and lawnmower repair shop greet us. We fuel up and come back to the first place because it has a barbecue food truck. I study the whiteboard menu to see what the selections are, then step forward. There is a very pregnant lady in the window. I ask, "What is good today?" She should know. She pulled it off the smoke this morning, I reason to myself. Her accent quickly reveals that she is not from around here, and surprisingly so. I ask, "Your accent sounds like you are of Russian or Serbian nationality." She replies, "I am from Russia." I said, "I know a guy in the army that was from Serbia." She replies with the small town in Russia she is from, but I did not catch it. I say, "I did not know Russians make barbecue, and to be honest, I don't know if I like Russian barbecue." She replies, "My husband is the one who cooked it. We don't cook barbecue where I'm from." I tell her, "He has a pretty solid business plan. Cook it and let the pretty face sell it." I place my order for what will always be, to me, Russian barbecue. Brisket, baked beans, and slaw. It is really good. While eating it, I reflect on the conversation I had with her, and I don't know that she knew or understood that I was joking about the Russian barbecue thing. Her husband happens by before we leave, and I tell him he did a great job on the pulled pork, which is what the other couple ordered. It was even better than the brisket. He asked where we're from. We're from Oklahoma, and we're riding all 48 states. He is surprised by that and says he's originally from Broken Arrow. It is strange how many people we run into on this trip that say just the same thing. Oklahoma is everywhere. Fueled with gas and smoked meat, we roll on to the next adventure. Our next stop will be Washington State. On the way out of town, we see another golden field, this time with a sign, canola. The mystery is solved, a sight so beautiful I know I will see canola fields in my dreams hereafter. At the previous few stops, the other couple's bike has been making a strange sound. I search for a Harley shop as we approach Washington State. Just before we can cross over the Washington State line, as luck would have it, is Hell's Canyon Harley-Davidson. Stay tuned for part 2 of day 6. Until the next time, my name is James Parker, and I am a Savage Rider. Savage Rider, out! Thank you for watching this video. If you liked what you saw, consider giving it a like and sharing it with your friends. If you would like to be notified of future releases, consider subscribing to my channel. If you think it was cringe and absolutely ridiculous, go ahead and tell me in the comments below. Then share it with your friends. They may need a dose of cringe silliness today. Either way, thank you and God bless.